to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. So this is just some of the things that people have stated about the name, right? Quote, just change the name while these white folks sponsoring you. They already look at us like we're some monkeys, and here you are using the name Grooving Gorilla. Another person has stated that Grooving Gorilla is just a tap dancing individual. Honestly, from the name down and the constant videos, he knows that white people are in love with the entertainment. Another person, the big dancing individual, Groovy Gorilla. Is he a celebrity? Y'all always sharing his green mile looking self. This is what he stated later. I will be changing my name from Groovin Gorilla to Big Groove. A lot of people feel sensitive to the word gorilla. I just use it as a way to brand myself because I'm massive. I like to dance and I like gorillas. But due to the history, there's a lot of sensitivity to that name, gorilla. Monkey. So I'm going to change my name and continue to spread that joy. So I did a little bit of research and I had to just figure out specifically where he was from because in the original profile pic you can clearly see the flag, but in the IG pic you don't see a flag at all. So I looked up the main countries that have these flags and only three came up for me, right? You have Saudi Arabia, one, you have Pakistan, right, which is number two, and then you have Nigeria. So clearly we can eliminate Pakistan and we can eliminate Saudi Arabia. So it has to be Nigeria, which means that this man is a Nigerian. Now, I happen to remember some of his videos before. Didn't exactly know who the guy was, didn't know a name. People just posted the videos, right? And you had black men that had a problem with the videos for a variety of reasons. And then you had a field of women, I'm just going to say women, that came up and defended him and just tried to say that, oh, black men are jealous, black men are this, black men are that. Y'all just mad because y'all not him. Y'all just mad because of the attention and the money, all this stuff, or yada yada yada, right? So I wonder what those same women would have to say about this right here, right? He's, in the establishment deciding that he wants to specifically dance on this Caucasian woman. And you hear all the Caucasian women sitting up there screaming, yelling, they're enamored, they're ecstatic and they're happy, right? They are ecstatic and they are happy to see this man, this Nigerian man, give these women that type of attention. They are 100% loving it. Cool. My thing is this, right? Out of all the things that you could have potentially named yourself, why would you go with that? Even if you do like primates, why would you go with that name? Right? And I'm just going to assume, and of course, assumptions could be wrong, but I'm just looking at the restaurant. I'm looking at all the people that are there. I'm guessing that a lot of this takes place in the United States. I'm just guessing. I could be very much incorrect. Somebody can tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong or not. But off of the chance and off of my perspective of what I'm seeing and assuming that this takes place in the United States, I would think that those who come directly over here to be a part of America would actually know the history, right, of the Black Americans that are here and what it is that we went through and how it is that we have been categorized, right, and deemed and looked at and talked about and also made into caricatures. So like I said, I like to try to assume that those who come from anywhere else that are melanated would actually do a little bit of due diligence and try to understand a little bit of the history of Black Americans. But as I've understood and known, a lot of them don't. And a lot of them don't care because they don't have that history. That's not their quote unquote baggage. That's not what they had to grow up with, generationally and historically and things of that sort. So they're not going to look at that. They're just going to go with their clean slate and not worry about what it is that we had to go through. And then they end up doing things like this, because going back to what he previously stated, right? He stated that due to the fact, he said this, I will be changing my name from Groovin Gorilla to Big Groove. A lot of people feel sensitive to the word gorilla. Who is a lot of people? Why don't you say that a lot of Black Americans are very sensitive towards the word gorilla or monkey or primate or things of that nature, due to the fact of the history that has taken place in America, due to the fact that people still use some of these names at this moment in time in 2022. Just list specifically who it is that you're talking about. Because when you want to say people, that's generalizing. That means that anybody could be saying it's not anybody. Arab people aren't saying it. Asians aren't saying it. Europeans aren't saying it. Nobody else is saying this. It's only Black Americans that are telling you, like, yo, you need to go ahead and just change your name. Like, this is making us look bad, right? And one person had a point. It was like, yo, you're a big name. You're out here and you're dancing, shucking and jiving, and the image of you is reflective of Black Americans, because a lot of people more than likely don't know what his name is and don't know how to pronounce his name, and they're just going to assume that if he is here in America that he is a Black American. If his voice sounds like ours, if he's dancing like us, if he's dressing like us, people are going to then put all of those things together and assume that he is us, but realistically he is not. Like I said before, at the end of the day, if this is what he wants to do, if this is his brand, if this is how he makes his money, that's completely fine and dandy. But if you are from anywhere else around the world, you come here and you're coming and dealing with Black America, don't have some type of name like this where everybody else is going to quote unquote co-sign and give you money, not just specifically due to the fact that you're a Nigerian bodybuilder dancing. They're going with the fact that you are reflective of Black America and you're dancing and you calling yourself a gorilla. They're going to 100% be okay with you. They're going to 100% co-sign you. They're going to sponsor you and throw all types of money because they love what it is that you're doing, because they don't have to do it no more. And that's the part that gets a lot of Black people, because we realize what it is when we see stuff like this. We know why it is that things of this nature get sponsored, get a lot of money, directly thrown at it, is due to the fact of the imagery. Like I said, none of the Caucasian people are going to ask, like, hey, are you Black American? Are you Nigerian? Are you Bahamian? Are you Guyanese? Like, they're not going to ask where specifically are you from and what do you identify as. They're just going to be like, oh, this is a Black man. He's calling himself a gorilla and he's dancing for us. Let's throw him some money, guys. Get those hundreds of thousands. Get those tens of thousands. Let's sponsor this man here. He's doing a job for us. So, like I said before, that also shows a little bit of insensitivity when it comes to giving the explanation on why it is that he changed his name. I need a lot of people to start being as direct as possible, especially when it deals with Black Americans, because without us, everybody here that has these opportunities where they're on these social media platforms where they're doing this and they're doing this and they're getting into rap and they're getting into this and they wouldn't have those opportunities if it was not for the blood, the sweat, and the tears and the bodies that have had to be sacrificed in order to make the steps in the road for everybody else that was behind us to get through that door. And that's just facts. That's not even up for debate. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, it wasn't just y'all. It was several groups of other ethnicities and this and that. And why is it that you guys want all the credit and you guys don't want to give credit to anybody else? It seems a little bit selfish to me. It has nothing to do with that. Like I said before, without Black Americans being here, without indigenous Black people being here, fighting, shedding tears, blood, the bodies, the gravestones, the cities of the lost. We pretty much at this moment in time got ancient history due to the fact that Europeans came directly through some of our towns and cities that we established and built by ourselves without anybody else's help. And they destroyed them, turned them into ponds, lakes, rivers. They turned them into strip malls. A lot of our gravestones and grave areas we don't even know about because they paved directly over them and put strip malls over 'em. So, like I said before, a little respect goes a long way. But the problem is that a lot of these individuals that come from everywhere else and come here, they feel that they don't have to give us respect. They feel that that respect is not owed. Like I said, a lot of people forget the fact that without us, they would not be here at all. A lot of people that are here that got businesses and everything else, they would not be here at all. A lot of the people that are from everywhere else that are melanated, right? It might be from the islands, might be from Africa, wherever else. A lot of them that got social media platforms, they wouldn't have these social media platforms. A lot of them that are on TV, they wouldn't be on TV. A lot of them that are in modeling, fashion, commercials, they would not be here. But like I said before, it is what it is. Soon enough, sooner, well, more than likely, I'm sorry, later instead of sooner, people are going to soon realize what time it is, once people start showing up to those doors.